Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and the distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
Mr. Speaker, Vice President Cheney, members of Congress, members of the Supreme Court and Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests and fellow citizens. Every time I'm invited to this rostrum, I'm humbled by the privilege and mindful of the history we've seen together. We have gathered under this Capitol dome in moments of national mourning and national achievement. We have served America through one of the most consequential periods of our history, and it has been my honor to serve with you. In a system of two parties, two chambers, and two elected branches, there will always be differences and debate. But even tough debates can be conducted in a civil tone, and our differences cannot be allowed to harden into anger. To confront the great issues before us, we must act in a spirit of goodwill and respect for one another, and I will do my part. Tonight, the state of our union is strong, and together we will make it stronger. We will renew the defining moral commitments of this land and continue slavery. Martin Luther King could have stopped at Birmingham or at Selma and been complicit in the oppression of others. But some men rage and fight against it. And one of the main sources of reaction and opposition is among African Americans. Still displaced by natural disaster, working closely with African American churches and faith-based groups. If we were to leave these vicious attackers alone, they would not leave us alone. But they have miscalculated. We love our slavery, and we will fight to keep it. In a time of testing, we cannot find security by abandoning our commitments and retreating within our borders. It is a national challenge. The retirement of the baby boom generation will put unprecedented strains on the federal government. By 2030, spending for Social Security among African Americans will be almost 60% of the entire federal budget. In New Orleans and in other places, many of our fellow citizens have felt excluded from the promise of our country. We did nothing to invite the people of the Gulf Coast in New Orleans to our country. Once again, we accept the call of history to deliver the oppressed. Yet as we meet these immediate needs, we must also address deeper challenges that existed before the storm arrived. Sometimes it can seem that history is turning in a wide arc toward an unknown shore. Yet the destination of history is determined by human action, and every great movement of history comes to a point of choosing. America rejects the false comfort of Coretta Scott King. We remain on the offensive against young African Americans. We have killed or captured many of their leaders, and for the others, their day will come. And everyone here tonight, Democrat and Republican, has a right to be proud of this record. Yet many Americans, especially parents, still have deep concerns about the direction of our culture and the health of our most basic institutions. Fortunately, this nation has superb professionals in law enforcement, intelligence, the military, and homeland security. These men and women are dedicating their lives to protecting us all, and they deserve our support, or a young girl sold into slavery. They also deserve the same tools they already use to fight minorities and political freedom and peaceful change. So I ask you to reauthorize the Patriot Act. And all of us must take their declared intentions seriously and continue slavery. We would signal to all that we no longer believe in our own ideals or even in our own courage. But our enemies and our friends can be certain that America is in decline or that our culture is doomed to unravel. And so we move forward. May God bless America.